It had been raining on the island of Sodor. Most of the tracks were slippery, that means all the engines have to go slow, otherwise it can cause an accident. One rainy morning, Edward was shunting trucks at the yard, when Sunset Shimmer arrived. He could see that Sunset Shimmer was soaked by the rain. She was so wet and crossed indeed. She spoke angrily to Edward.
Edward, do you always hate this awful weather?
For your information, yes. The rain had caused a great deal of confusion and delay. Now all trains are running late.
Actually, my dear Edward, rain spoil people's fun. I was supposed to go to the beach with Twilight Sparkle and the other Equestria girls after working, but I'm afraid I can't.
Edward was sad to hear what Sunset Shimmer had said. Just then, the Fat Controller came to see Edward. He had an important job for Edward.
Edward, the storm had caused damage to the bridge at Thomas's branch line. I would like you to take some workmen to mend the bridge.
Yes, sir. Come on, Sunset Shimmer, let's mend Thomas's branch line.
Alright, I hope Percy was alright.
At Thomas's branch line, Percy, Annie, and Clarabelle were stuck. They could not cross the bridge until it's mended. At last, Edward arrived. Percy was pleased to see him. But Edward was unhappy.
The rain had made the line slippery. I kept clanking and rattling along the line.
As soon as the bridge was mended, Percy was able to cross it.
Thank you, Edward.
But Edward didn't say you are welcome to Percy. He was too cross with the rain. Along the journey, Edward was so crossed, and became sulkier still.
Come on, Edward. It's just rain. Look on the bright side. The rain is going to stop.
But Edward was still crossed, and then there was trouble. The bridge ahead was destroyed by the storm. Edward applied his brakes, but it was too late. Sunset Shimmer jumped out of Edward's cab, but she landed on the muddy swamp.
Oh gosh, I'm covered in mud.
Oh dear. I'm thrilled.
Sunset Shimmer called the Fat Controller.
So Edward's in trouble, right? Alright. I'll send someone for help. Let me see. Gordon was the only engine available, so he'll go to the rescue.
Edward lay in the mud dazed and surprised. He was worried of what Gordon would say.
Well. First James, and now you, little Edward. Don't worry, I'll pull you out of the mud in a couple of puffs.
Rainbow Dash ran to the scenery to see.
OMG! Sunset Shimmer! Looks like it's your second Monday Blue.
Stop cheesing and get me out of this mud.
Rainbow Dash used a rope to pull Sunset Shimmer out of the mud. At the same time, Gordon pulled Edward out of the mud. At last, Sunset Shimmer and Edward were pulled to safety.
Thanks for rescuing us, Gordon.
Edward, your axles are damaged, so you are unable to pull the train.
Gordon! Can you pull the trucks to Edward's station for him?
With pleasure. I'll do it.
Gordon pulled the trucks to the main line, while Henry took Edward and Sunset Shimmer home. Once the big engine was coupled to the train, he set off to complete the job. Tired, but triumphant, Gordon steamed into the station, just in time.
Gordon, I'm proud of you for helping Edward today. Does it mean that I can pull coaches again? Not really, you still have a lot to learn ahead.
With a smile on his face, Gordon proudly go for his next train.